Hi there, I'm Beck and thanks for checking out my channel. Today I'm painting an underwater starfish. So in the beginning I'm going to start with a little bit of yellow ochre. I did a really pretty bad sketch, so you're going to see me kind of reshaping the guy as I paint. And then I lay in a little bit of teal for the water. Just getting in the colors for now. I'm going to shape everything up as I go. But it's pretty fun just seeing a lot of color go on. And now I'm going to start building up the volume on the starfish. So you're seeing me use like a pretty coral color to highlight the more elevated areas. And then I'll start to go through with sort of a richer, almost salmon color to define the outer edges of the starfish. But you'll see I sort of like to work in volume. I like to build up a little bit of light, a little bit of dark, and kind of go back and forth until I find the right texture and shape and volume that I'm looking for. And already you can see just with those sort of three colors on there, how it's starting to have a bit of volume and shape and how I've cleaned it up. Now this particular starfish had some really cool textures and spots on it, and they had a really cool pattern. So I'm going to also use those shapes and patterns to create volume and pay attention to how I think the starfish is built and where the elevated areas are, and you'll see the dots kind of follow that. And then I like to put an endpoint in and work towards the middle so that I have sort of even spacing between all of those beautiful little textures on the sky. I found this part to be like really satisfying. It took a lot, it was a lot of dots. Here I am building again with some light areas, and just to give this guy a little bit more life and area. So you see the build-up of the light areas. I've kind of picked a direction that I think the light's coming from. And then I'm going to add areas of shadow as well. So here you're seeing me start to add an outline to the starfish. And this is really going to help it sort of pop off the ground. It gives it a bit more dimension and makes it seem like it's sitting off the floor of the ocean. It's almost like a shadow underneath it. And I'm using a sort of lavender color to do that. And then here's the tricky part. To make it really look like it's underwater, I'm using just some white lines to trace the areas on the surface of the water that would either be a little bit of white water or a little bit of sort of a reflection. And it was kind of cool to create those patterns. It's almost like just a doodle that you would do in school, connecting lines, making them kind of squiggly. They all seem to be a little bit like rectangles and diagonals. And then because there's a little bit of something on the surface blocking the light, there's going to be a bit of a shadow. So with another teal color that's darker than the floor of the ocean, I'm adding a shadow. And then I cleaned it up a bit and blended it with a lighter teal that was a little closer to what I'd painted originally. And that just kind of softens it a bit, but still gives it that volume that we're looking for. And then again, another little shadow on the starfish too, because you're going to see some darker shadow from that surface of the water as well there. And I lost a bit of information putting all of that white water on top and the shadows, so I wanted to add back in the dots and really make them stand out, because I think that's a really cool part of the starfish. And you'd still see some through the water. It would be, of course, transparent. And there you have it. There's a little starfish. I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks, and join me another time. Thank you.